evening, listeners, and welcome to the Madhouse, Episode 5. I'm Ultimate Spy 53, and I am joined by...
Stevie, you go first.
Oh, no, I'm Steve Kovoc, whatever. That's my YouTube channel, whatever, I guess, whatever.
Yeah. And I'm Brennan, or Bigdinoguy, from my YouTube channel.
Yep. That's been a while, but you're back.
Yep.
So
boys are back in town.
Not much going on in the world, but there's some things that I guess we could probably talk about.
Alright.
Like, gaming, like the thing where what drives me insane is when people make games or game consoles that sound so stupid.
What?
Like
Be more specific.
Xbox One. When people are thinking, okay, well, let's take Xbox 360 and Xbox 360. Well, 360 plus 360, 720. Are you insane? No, that's not even. No.
Well, it's better than the Xbox One, I'll tell you that much.
But that's not. You don't call a console 720 just because you can combine two numbers.
Wii U.
But
yeah. It's not just the names that I care about. Also, what I care about most is the quality of the console and the games that are made for it.
Yeah.
That's really what it can have. It can literally be called shit. And all I care about is the hardware, like how good the hardware is and how good the games are.
Yeah.
Well, that's some good shit right there, then.
But now they're selling the Xbox One without a Kinect. That whole idea was all in one. You got your Kinect, your controller, your Xbox. That's Xbox One.
The Kinect kind of failed.
Yeah, when they sold without the Kinect, it's like, what's the point?
When the Kinect came out, people hated it. People still do.
Yeah.
But the only thing that people use the Kinect for nowadays is just to select different things on it, like, hey, Xbox One, play Netflix or whatever. And that's about it.
The one thing I kind of like to get, because my brother owns an Xbox One and I play it. The one thing I really liked about how they changed from Xbox 360 to Xbox One is achievements. Like, when you, Xbox 360, you get an achievement, it'll say, achievement unlocked, so-and-so gamer score, and then it'll say the name of the achievement. And it's like, great, what happened? How did I get that? And with Xbox One, it's like, achievement unlocked, thing, like, how did I get it? And then it'll pop up, up to, kills 50-something. It's like, that's cool. I just got an achievement for doing this. Like, they explain it to you.
Well, what the achievements do, are they only activated if you're online?
Well, yeah. No. Well, I guess it depends. I think it's for the multiplayer achievements that happens. So, when you're offline, if you don't have Xbox Live, you can still get achievements. It's like Xbox 360, you get this. It doesn't even tell you how you got it. And also, what's really cool is you can customize the achievement color. So you can have when you set up your Xbox, you can have blue or red or something. It's really cool because it's the same sound like the. I don't know how it sounds like, but what's really cool is instead of just going this, and then it'll flash a bit and then it'll go. An Xbox One, it'll make the noise and then it'll have an Xbox logo like this, and then it will stay for a while and then go away. It's pretty cool. Schematics are. The one thing that I love about the Xbox One, even though the name is not great, is the fact that you can let's say you're playing a game, you're like, crap, I can't figure the game out. So you can literally go to the press the dashboard, go to YouTube, find a video, okay, I thought that's cool, and then you know how to do the level. Go back, press the dashboard again, go back to your game. Xbox 360, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to go out of the dashboard and then go back. For example, Portal 2, I was trying to play that game, I was trying to, get stuck in a level, I'm like, fuck.
Really quick,
yeah.
So you know that I've played older consoles for a longer time. Mm-hmm. I actually just got Xbox Live. Xbox...
tell me about that.
Yeah, I just got that a couple days ago from a friend of mine, and I just set it up. Mm-hmm. Just a 3-month trial, if period thing. Basically, he had an extra card, and it's like, hey, here you have it. So I'm just testing it out for a couple months. And it's definitely different gameplay from what I'm used to. I'm used to seeing the older consoles and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I was playing around against an old friend of mine today on Halo Reach. And I was like, yeah, come take a look at my... Oh, because I'm so used to the split screen app. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, come on, I got a gravity hammer. Come take a... Oh. So, yeah, it's definitely different gameplay depending on the different systems and different generations that you're looking at.
Yeah, like for example, like I was saying, Portal, I would like get stuck in level, and then I would have to go like, all right, crap. So I'm playing a game, and I can't figure out where I put the portal, and then I'm like, okay, well, I gotta look this up. I go out my I save and quit. I go back and go to YouTube, and then I look at it like, oh, that's how you do it. So I go back, and then I have to wait for Portal to load. Like, fuck. With Xbox One, it's like, bam, bam, bam. Watch video. Okay, go bam, bam. Back in. It's like 5 seconds.
Well, with that being said, though, what I found is the Xbox games are much easier than the older.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Especially with backwards compatibility, because they're adding a lot more to the list. Like,
I mean, with the Super Nintendo, you can't play NES games on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, which is fucking retarded.
I mean, well, I'm sure there's probably a mod out there that can do that, but on a basic console, you can't do that. But with consoles like the PS2, for example, you can play PS2 and most PS1 games.
Yeah.
Well,
that's something we didn't have 20, 30 years ago.
Backwards compatibility didn't really come out until after the GameCube. The GameCube wasn't backwards compatible.
Yeah, I grew up on that one. That was fun.
So did I.
Like my favorite part of the GameCube was where you can make different sounds at the startup. Like if you have 2 controllers, so you can make a children thing, and then if you have 4, you can make this ninja sound. It's like
the ninja sound.
That was fun. It's like it's like whoa, never had that before. I mean, it's like, I mean, I'm not really know what it sounded like, but that's just my impression of what it probably sounded like. It's just basically all these ninja people, like, you have to get, well, the idea is plugging 4 controllers in and then doing the thing Z on all 4 of them, and then you start the game and it has this, like, weird ninja sound thing.
That would explain it, because if you have one console, and if you're plugged in with one controller for GameCube, you hold down Z and has the whole kids playing in the squeak, 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 boing sound at the end, or it's just basic if you don't press anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so really quick.
Yeah.
The whole system console kind of thing. So
like the rivalry, for example, the PS4 and Xbox One. That's a big thing.
Well,
still
what
going on.
I'm talking about is so you know how on like Xbox One there's like a whole screen where you go in and then you select the different games and different aspects.
Yeah.
And stuff. You can go into different backwards compatibility. You can have things already pre-downloaded for different games. I'm playing Fallout 3 right now, and I've never had the physical copy of any of the Fallout games.
Yeah, I listen to some podcasts where it's like, yeah, I like digital games because I don't have to get off my ass and go get the disc off the shelf. It's like, I'm sorry to hear that. I have a lot of games on my shelf. It's like I'm so lazy, and they're like, I have all these games on my shelf. I want to get a game, and then you're like, fuck, I'll buy this game.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is the whole aspect. It's clicking there.
What?
The whole, what?
What?
Oh.
Are you talking about me? Oh.
Yeah, pretty much something like that.
Sorry.
So it's fine, man. So the whole aspect of like a menu kind of a screen for the console itself.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know if the original
PS1
had one.
Yeah,
but,
the old consoles didn't even have a menu. It's like startup, and then it has like maybe the logo, and that's it.
Let me look that here.
I think like the first one, as far as I know, I might be wrong on this. So no hate, please, no hate. Was probably the PS2. However, the GameCube, if you were to hold down some random buttons or something like that, or if you were to press something, then when you boot it up, it would do a whole spin into a cube as well, and it would be like a light cube just floating there, and then you can go into
like
settings and stuff like that.
The one,
with a 3D cube like that.
Yeah, the one thing that I just I thought they just did a really good job at like evolving in terms of startup with like Xbox. It was originally like you would start out with this Matter stuff, and then it would go continue like that, and it would have the Xbox logo.
Yeah.
And then Xbox 360 you have I remember the original because I actually remember the days when I was playing that because I grew up with the Xbox 360. It started out with like
yeah.
And then you have this new one where it's like when they have this like stripe thing going into the logo. That's my favorite one. I love that one. I liked how they really changed that. And like Xbox One, it's pretty all it is like that's it. I like it.
Apparently the PS1 didn't have any actual main menu things.
I think the startup for
you're Googling it, aren't you, bud?
Yeah, I think startup is really the thing that makes gaming fun, is when you start your console, you get some really cool things, like Xbox or PlayStation. You get, I think, when you make a console, having a startup sound or a startup, like, a menu thing, it takes a lot out of it. It makes it look fun. It makes it look, oh my gosh, this is awesome. What's next?
I mean, frankly, you don't really need that. All you need for a game, like the whole Xbox
it just
Live
makes it fun,
thing that I'm doing now, you don't need that for different games. Basically, all that you really need is just to play a game in general. I mean, just sticking it in. Like, what I'm basically saying is how different all these other consoles have become. I mean, I'm part of this current generation, yet I've grown up on some of the older stuff, so I've been dual exposed, for lack of a better word, to both of these, and just seeing how much they have changed. I mean, my PS2, that could play movies on it. Later PS2s, before they came out with PS3, like right at the end of production, were allowed to have you play Blu-rays as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous, the amount of stuff that you can do for just one console. It's not anymore just about the games. That I don't know if I like or dislike that anymore.
It's not really about the games anymore.
It
seems more like it's about the console itself more than the actual game.
Yeah.
Like, people care more about the console than like when the PS4 first came out and the Xbox One.
That was a big rival.
Any game at all. There were like no really good games for it, and millions of people just bought them up. The
pretty much.
Well, the reason is because they want those new games that they're talking about. Because
I know, but still, sometimes they would just the games that they were waiting for wouldn't come for a few months afterwards. So for the most part, their PS4 just sat around below their TV or whatever for a few months until the game that the people were anticipating finally came out.
Yeah.
That's what kind of seemed to happen at first.
I mean, for me, when they announced when they were talking about the next Xbox, I think it was maybe 2012 or something, or what's the next Xbox? And then we got the ideas of we got some hints at rumored titles like 720, which is totally that's not gonna happen. Or Infinity, that might have been cool. But then when you go to it's introducing the Xbox One, oh well, okay. And then people are sort of all right, I can't wait for Xbox 2. No, just don't even go there. They're not gonna make it an Xbox 2.
Well, I hate bringing this up, but I kind of gotta. Which one do you guys think won, the PS4 or the Xbox One?
Well, having played the Xbox One and PS4 both, I like the Xbox better because I grew up on the Xbox. I do like PlayStation, but I don't play it as much. It's still fun, but Call of Duty. I played Call of Duty Ghosts on the PS4. It really that kind of franchise. I feel it doesn't really belong on that console. I mean people like it on console, but particular franchises, when I play it on a console that I'm not used to, I just feel like it doesn't really fit on that console. It doesn't belong on that console.
Well,
because
the problem I have
Xbox,
with these games is that they keep releasing pretty much the same game.
Yeah.
On every major console.
GTA 5, that took they released that on all platforms, and it took like forever for it to get on PC or something.
Well, that's actually... I actually prefer that. I prefer that tremendously. I actually wish that they would release The Last of Us on Xbox.
Yeah.
Believe me, I really want that game, but I can't because I don't have a PS4.
Exactly.
But I actually think that the whole multiple release thing works best because, like you were saying, Tom, it depends on the different people that are playing those consoles. I mean, Medal of Honor, for example. I grew up playing against one of my old friends all the time with Medal of Honor. Mm-hmm. We would play that game on GameCube every single time they went to one or another's house. Okay. However, a few years ago, I got it for PS2. It feels completely different because it's just not the same console.
For me, playing Call of Duty Ghosts, I played it a little bit every Call of Duty game I played on the Xbox, and then when I switched to PS4, it's like, Call of Duty, great. Oh, this feels weird.
Yeah,
it's like,
pretty
I'm
much.
not used to this at all.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, I think people like experiencing franchises on different consoles. I mean, I get it, but it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Playing a different game, playing a game on a different console you're not used to. It's like playing Pokemon or something on Xbox or Halo on PS4 or the PlayStation. Like, some franchises just belong on one console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Halo, that belongs on Xbox. I don't see it ever happening at PlayStation.
Although, actually, I will disprove that. Hang on. I have Halo compatible for the Macintosh.
Oh my gosh.
Came out
the Macintosh.
Halo games that come out on the Mac.
Wow.
Oh my God. That is what is commonly known as retro or antique nowadays.
Yeah.
You realize that, buddy, right?
Yeah.
But still, I just proved you wrong. A Halo game was introduced and was put on PC.
Speaking of actual games like Halo, one of the franchises where they like in terms of logos or something or names like Halo 4. That was a great finally bring us back 117 Master Chief. And then when they I saw the trailer for Halo when I saw the E3 live. I'm like, oh my gosh, whoa, that's cool. And then it just says Halo, and then they released the trailer again with Halo 5. I'm like, great. And then they released it called introducing Halo 5 Guardians. Like, oh, when they add things to a name that you're not used to, it takes a lot away. I mean, it's the same franchise, but.
Okay, if you really want to talk about Halo 5, I will talk about Halo 5.
Okay, maybe not Halo 5, but maybe past Halo games.
I only have a Xbox 360. However, I watched a walkthrough of Halo 5, and I will admit, when I watched the walkthrough of Halo 4, I didn't like it. However, playing it myself, I loved it. So it might be the same thing. However, I gotta say, the whole gameplay aspects that they added in, how they operated with this, it's Call of Duty Halo style. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a surviving tactic. These
two franchises shouldn't cross over. They were not meant to be crossed over.
I mean, the one problem I had with Halo, the
entire
Halo franchise is, like, I mean, it wasn't a big deal, but for me, it kind of was. What? Wait, you having your...
We got 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes, FI.
Oh, for you. Okay. But, you know, armor changing, it wasn't a big deal, but for me, it just kind of, it made it look weird, and, like, the big deal was, like, Cortana, like, her look changed throughout the series, but in particular in Halo 3 to 4, that was a big change. Like, you see the end of Halo 3, it's like, oh, and then you look at her, like, okay, that's line, and then the next game, it's like, what? She looks completely different. Same voice actors, but completely different. It's like, especially with Master Chief, like, you have Halo 3 Master Chief going into cryo sleep, and then Halo 4 begins, and it's like, completely different armor. It's like, what?
Yeah. I mean, then then again, I haven't played Halo 3. I really want to play Halo 3. I want to play all 4, except for the 5th Halo.
Yeah. It's a great game.
Reach, but not Wars or ODST. But I mean, the graphics as well has evolved just in general.
Oh yeah, totally.
Completely. I mean,
yeah, totally.
It's been like what?
So here's my big thing with Halo 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Call of Duty movie style in space. That's what they became. It's a movie. I mean, my another friend of mine, Caleb, he and I played that game. It took us maybe 3 hours, maybe. Then the whole thing was over. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
He and I always play Halo 2 on his other original Xbox, and that takes a long time, and it's fun. It's one of my favorite games.
Exactly.
And yet you have Halo 4, okay, it's got some great weapons, but it feels like Call of Duty. It's just the exact same thing as Call of Duty in space. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, the one problem I think the gaming industry has is broken games. Like you know, for example, Tony Hawk. I think I talked about on episode 2 or something of this podcast, where they released it. Maybe that was episode 1, I can't remember. But they released it, and it's like, all right, we're done. And then they give it to people, and I saw a walkthrough trailer, or a gameplay trailer. The entire game was broken. They gave it a patch, and it was broken. It's like, and then like Assassin's Creed, for example, that's the biggest one that gets hit with bugs and stuff. Like Unity and Syndicate, those are the 2 games that I saw gameplay of where it didn't look finished. I mean, they said, it's done, here you go, you can buy it, you can play it, yeah, have fun, and then you buy it and play it, and it's like, what? Have they been trying?
You know what that, again, another thing that I'm behind on,
yeah.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I own the first one. I am on like the very, very last level of it than I was.
Same here. Yeah,
I've been sidetracked for a while,
yeah,
so I'm actually probably going to finish out this weekend.
Eventually, yeah, me too.
Or in the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But the new trailer for have you guys taken a look at any of the stuff for the new Assassin's Creed?
I haven't.
Anything
really,
at all?
No, I mean, I think I've seen gameplay, but that's about it.
How about you, Steven? Have you?
What?
Have you taken a look at anything for the new gameplay with the new Assassin's Creed at all?
I'm not sure. What's the name of the game?
Assassin's Creed.
Is it the one that takes place in Victorian England?
Yeah,
no.
That's Unity.
Like the brand new one. It takes place.
Yeah,
I think like in Arabia or something.
Syndicate
like
is the one that
like
takes place in Victorian England or something.
It's coming out like next year or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a side scroller.
Oh, really?
I think
Assassin's Creed side scroller. I mean, what? Are you trying to turn Mario into?
Why do you want to turn Assassin's Creed into Mario?
That's basically it. I mean, seriously, it's a killing version of Mario. Okay, you get to move a little bit around the characters, but Assassin's Creed is a third-person open-world game where
it was never meant to be. I mean, that'd be like turning Mario into, I don't know, a first-person shooter. Like, there's like Super Mario World.
They made a third-person shooter. They made a third-person shooter, the one that I've actually played.
I already did.
Yeah, but Assassin's Creed
Sunshine for the GameCube.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty are the two franchises where they're like, all right, we're a company, we're gonna make one game a year, and they do a pretty good job of it, but there's only so much I can handle. And one of the rumors they had like Call of Duty Ghosts 2, and people were like, no, Ghosts is terrible. I mean, some of those games actually need continuation.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them you don't expect it, and they give you a continuation story, but some of them, they don't need it.
It's just like the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
You got crap and you got awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's my big thing with the whole one game a year thing, like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. However, they need to be careful. And if they are really going to be doing that kind of thing, at least make it worthwhile.
Exactly. And don't make it crap. Don't make it look crap.
Yeah, I mean, they
don't make it look like shit.
They like crap. That's the most.
Because they do look like shit when you actually see the bugs, like really big bugs.
You can have 8-bit graphics, and all I care about is the actual gameplay. As long as you can see what's going on and the gameplay is good, it's a good game. That's it.
Well, I mean, at the same time, I don't want a broken game with limited story. If I'm going to be playing a game, I want something that's either in-depth or is going to entertain me for a long period of time.
Yeah, I get it.
That I want a game that I will keep coming back to. A lot of other people don't like this game. However, it is my favorite all-time game. AVP 2010.
Yeah.
That game a lot of people didn't like. However, I love it because I'm into the whole lore aspect of the characters. I don't just watch movies like, okay, that person died, he got impaled, and this and that. I watch it like, oh my god, that's why this and this. I read the books. I researched the characters and aspects of, and that's why I love that game so much, because it's the most accurate comparison I have ever seen of those characters.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And the one thing that I have decided to do because it was a mistake the first time. So, for example, I played, I think it was a demo of Half-Life 2 Episode 2, and also Modern Warfare 2, but the first game was like I come into a scene and there's a character who asks if I remember them, and I'm like, no, because I hadn't played the first game, or I hadn't played any of the games before that. So having not played them, I was baffled. Like, what? So that's why it's better to play a game like the first game in this series than playing like the second game, because if there's a character who does that to you or something, or there's some details from the first game you missed, you miss a lot. You do.
Well, not always though. I played Halo 2 first. And I'm fine with it. Yeah. I've skipped around in the Halo games. I think I played Halo 2 first. If not, then I played Halo 1. But, I mean, that was years ago.
Yeah.
And I've only played it like over the course of a week.
It's been like almost 15 years, so.
Yeah, I think I did that when I was like 13.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was over at my papa's, and we just played it, and we were almost done with the whole game. We were going through on easy co-op, so it was easy.
Yeah.
But we couldn't get past it because of the Warthog controls on the 360. I mean, it's the very last level. You have to go and do a race. We did that level so many freaking times.
Yeah.
We didn't make it because we ran out of time.
Yeah.
But other than that, I have played that game, but it's been years since I've done that.
Yeah, Halo's my favorite franchise, actually, because, I mean, the one thing that makes me so mad, I mean, it's worth it in the end, but when it's playing any game, or like Call of Duty or Halo, particularly Halo, on the hardest difficulty, because I suck at it. Like I get so far, and then, like, I die. It's like... I mean, the point of doing that is because they give you really, really, they give you achievements that have a lot of gamer score.
Yeah.
I mean, it's totally worth it. I mean, it's really hard, but I play Caesar runs it for it. So
Halo is still one of my favorite current games.
Yeah.
Like even Halo 4, I love that game. Even though, like I said earlier, I don't really like the whole aspect of how they changed it. However, I enjoy the game itself.
I mean, Halo. I've never played a Halo game that I didn't like. I played a few of the Halo games.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I was a little worried there. Do we need to change your soul around again, just like Iron Giant? Do we need to make sure that you have some of the soul left?
So here's a story for you, actually.
Okay.
So
didn't watch Iron Giant.
So yeah, here's a story for you. So basically, it was one day where I was on the hard drive that my brother had it was like one of the map packs for, I think it was a season pass for Halo 4. I downloaded it and then I started it, and immediately upon starting Halo 4, I unlocked all 16 achievements from that map pack. I didn't have to do anything.
Oh,
literally, I'm like, all right, Halo 4 start, and then it would go, I have achievement unlocked. I mean, it was like all those really tough achievements, like, get a kill from an warthog while airborne. Like, that's really hard, but, like, I didn't have to do anything. I just went to Halo 4 and bam, achievement unlocked.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
Do you get anything out of it?
Not really. I just downloaded the map pack and gave achievements. I didn't have to do any work.
So you didn't get, like, any upgrades or weapons or
Not really. I just got achievements. Yeah, I didn't have to do any work. It was surprising.
Why?
I don't know. I'm like,
I
expected to do work to get the achievements. I expected to, like, have to do all this hours and hours of work to get all these achievements, but no. Simply unlocked without doing anything. Like, wow, that's nice.
I'd be like, wow, that took the fun out of it.
Yeah, I know. But, some of those achievements are actually quite challenging. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really know, but yeah. Halo 4 is definitely my favorite.
But yeah, Halo 2 is my personal, but Halo Reach is a close second. Very, very close.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, What other games should we beat up on?
Okay. What other teams?
Well, there's one franchise that they don't. I'm really disappointed about when they originally did it with the Lego games. Like, I think it was until 2012 that they actually did it. But the Lego games with voice acting, like everything before 2012 was all like or grunts or something. It's like boring. And then started with Lego Lord of the Rings. They finally give us entertainment with dialogue from the movies. It's fun.
I gotta say, I disagree with you totally.
Oh my god, really?
I played both the Lego Star Wars games all the time on the GameCube.
I have the Star Wars Lego collection for that.
Yeah, I got that now for Xbox, actually. But I gotta totally disagree with you, Tom. I think that is actually better with the whole thing because I'm a massive Star Wars fan,
yeah.
like massive, as you are all well aware. And I like the comedy that they had of it because they had to rely on these other inanimate objects and just have the whole motions and things like that. It didn't have to worry about the whole talk thing.
How hard would it have been to just pull the dialogue from the movies? Like, seriously. Is it that hard?
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay. I'm okay with a little bit here and there, but not like the whole lines from the movie or stuff like that.
Yeah.
I prefer the whole hand motion where, even though it's just a Lego, it has a specific comedy to it because it's all...
Like in episode 5, you get the cutscene where Vader's trying to tell Luke that he's his father by showing him a picture of him and Leia.
Exactly.
It's like, that's great, I guess.
It's perfect comedy there.
Yeah.
Lego format.
Yeah.
And it's spoofing what I know and love, but child level, obviously.
Yeah.
It's not Spaceballs yet.
Yeah.
But it's doing that. It's fun to do that. I prefer that a lot more. I prefer to have a spoof than a complete reimagining Lego stuff.
Yeah.
I don't care about the whole grunts and... I will talk like that to you if you prefer, but...
the one...
A new language, my friend.
The one humorous thing that I found in the news trailer, or it was Marvel Avengers, they do every game they have some kind of humor thing in the cutscene, but my favorite one...
even in the trailer, the Force Awakens trailer, they showed, what's that guy? Finn.
Mm-hmm.
He was in, the desert, and he was he picks up
alarm.
A wind-up clock, just
But the one thing I found, humorous thing I found funny in the trailer was when Bruce Banner transforms into the Hulk, and then just about to take down the big worm thing, he's like, selfie. He takes a selfie. It's like, that's nice, I guess, for superhero. But I do like I like what they do with their Lego games. Is they make it humorous.
Mm-hmm.
That's their point.
That's what I'm saying. It's a physical comedy thing. It's better like that, honestly.
Yeah, it makes it fun to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really quick though, I'm running out of time here, but Lego Dimensions.
Okay.
That looks fun.
That
looks like a fun game. I want to get it, but it's expensive. It's really expensive.
Can't you have both Marvel and DC in it?
I wouldn't imagine it wouldn't. I mean, yeah, Doctor Who. I mean, seriously, how long it took them that long to finally get Doctor Who in there?
Yeah, that alone, as soon as I saw Doctor Who, I'm like,
I saw several gameplay trailers of that, and like you get every TARDIS. Like, oh my gosh.
Every TARDIS.
Every TARDIS. Every TARDIS.
Wow.
My inner Whovian is trying to come out to play.
Yes. Got every single TARDIS ever.
I'm really nerdy right now. I just realized the struggle on my face.
Although the one TARDIS they kind of I mean, I'm not really sure it's called messed up, but like they had one serial where they had a set that got broken down and only used it for one serial, and now that particular TARDIS set was only used that was used in the games. But it's like they do a really good job with all these characters, like, you know, Back to the Future and Doctor Who and Ghostbusters and Jurassic World. It looks like a fun game.
That's why I want to get it.
Yeah. Even Lord of the Rings. I mean, come on.
Yeah, all the other ones are a little bit more tempting, but that's a close second. Yeah.
But they do a pretty good job with their franchise, honestly.
Oh, hey, guys, really quick. Should we just do my plugs now, because I'm coming down to the wire here.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So, guys, I gotta run, but it was nice doing the podcast.
Yeah, cool.
There's a Bigdinoguy here.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Check me out on YouTube. And also, I just got a new Xbox Live as well. So Bigdinoguy out there.
Sweet.
Look me up on GTA 5 or Halo Reach. All right. Anyway, take care, guys. Bye.
The podcast is not over, by the way. We're still recording. So yeah, as I was saying, the Lego games they do. I mean, the ones I've played, they do a really good job with. Of course, like Brandon was saying, he would disagree with me. I just thought it took away a lot. Like, you see a cutscene and then you get all this grunt stuff, and it's just boring.
Yeah, I get it.
It's like you're like, all right, and then you get a cutscene, and then you get Harry Potter, and you get this nice cutscene, and then it's all. I mean, how hard was it? How hard would it have been to just take the dialogue from the movie and stick it in Harry Potter or any of those games before Lord of the Rings? It really is not hard. I mean, one of the games that they did, they didn't use all the dialogue, but they kind of cut some dialogue out. I think I added a little bit of it maybe with Lord of the Rings. That was my favorite Lego game that I've ever played. They matched everything. It was perfect. They got all the. I mean, the trailer was fantastic. Like, it really, like, the moment I heard Frodo's like, you must understand. The ring is my burden. And you're like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. Like, some of these games just look amazing. Like, the one game that actually looks pretty cool, this is sidetrack from Lego games, but this is an Xbox One game, and that is Quantum Break for Xbox One. They're actually making a TV show based off of that game. It's basically like Mass Effect, where you make choices. So, like you make a choice in the game, and it affects the TV show, which is really, really cool in my opinion. Like, what I really don't like is when they make exclusives. That is the thing that I really can't stand, is when I see a new game and then they make it exclusive to that one platform. Because especially if it's a platform I don't have, like a PS4 or something, or I mean like it could be anything. And it's like, new game, only on so-and-so. It's like, what? Like, especially if it's one of the games that looks fun. And then...
Yeah.
And then, like, they made it exclusive. Like, Rise of the Tomb Raider, that was originally only supposed to be on Xbox One and the Xbox 360, and they're making it on a PS4, but, like, some of the, like, you know, Minecraft, that is the one game that is on every platform. Every platform. I mean, it started on PC, but it's not on every platform. I mean, yeah, some of these franchises really they really reach out to other franchises. They really do. Sorry about someone.
I know.
So yeah, I was interrupted by a phone call. But yeah, like some of these franchises do pretty well, but like if they especially like rebooting a franchise in a game series like Doom was doing, where they're basically they had Doom 2, Doom 3, which is basically a reboot, and then they're making a new game called just Doom. It's like, really? Why even bother? So
I don't know.
Yeah, I just find it really annoying when I get when they are announcing a game or something, and then it's like a reboot or something, or like Lego games where I mean, honestly, Lego games look fun. They've out of all the ones that have been released, like my favorite ones have been Lego Harry Potter. I like Lego Star Wars a lot, especially the Lego games where you're able to do character customizations. That's fun because you can go into the game and you can make your own character with all kinds of different hairstyles and clothes, and then you can have a. I mean, I'm not sure in every game, but most of the games I played, you can do that, and it's really fun. And some of those games just they do. TQ games, their main focus on the Lego games is to make them humorous.
Yeah, totally.
That's their point.
I get it.
If it's not humorous, like Star Wars Force Awakens, that new trailer for the Lego game, that was humorous. You expect it to be humorous. However, what I would have liked, I think I talked about this a couple podcasts ago, I would have liked them to wait until Episode 9 came out and then release it as a trilogy. Or maybe a little later, but to make it individually releasing every episode of the sequel trilogy as Lego game is what?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't really add up. I don't really get it. Why would they do that? I mean, I was expecting them to just call it Lego Star Wars 4, I guess, is the next Lego game in the Star Wars franchise. Would be Lego Star Wars 4, the sequel trilogy. Okay, that's a dumb name, but you see my point.
Yeah, I get it.
My point is that I was really expecting them to make I was actually quite surprised with it, because I thought they would actually, I thought they would make a what they did with the original trilogy, and actually the original one was called Lego Star Wars the video game, which featured episodes 1 through 3. And that was released for all platforms, and I think the fifth generation thing, Xbox original, everything. And then they had Lego Star Wars the original trilogy, Lego Star Wars 2 the original trilogy, and then which includes episodes 4 through 6. And then they had Lego Star Wars the Complete Saga, which includes all 6 episodes on last-gen consoles. And then they had Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars, which is based off of the Clone Wars movie, and I think the TV show too, which is a phenomenal TV show, by the way. If you guys haven't seen that TV show, you should definitely see it. It's a great show. I was surprised by this. I mean, I think it's a pretty cool idea, but it really surprises me. They do gaming industries. They do a lot, and they just surprise you. They really do. They make you kind of not expect it. So yeah, that's my point. My point is that they it's not just Lego games. It's all games. They don't especially the names of the games they make. Some of them don't even put. I mean, they numbering them, but some of the subtitles are pretty good. But Halo, they made a really funny thumbnail. Or it's also consoles too. They make stupid names like Wii U. That is the worst thing I've ever heard. I mean, it's a thing now, but like, seriously. And the one thing I was talking to you about, Steven, earlier today was they finally have, they rumored titles for the next episode of Star Wars, episode 8.
Yeah.
They're going to call it Tale of the Jedi Temple.
Oh, yeah.
No! That is not... No!
I know.
You don't just name that. That is...
Let me look that up.
So it was the rumor title is Tale of Jedi Temple. It was, I think I saw something about the next one being like wait, what? Oh my gosh.
It's legit?
No, it's a rumor, and they actually have a title card. Holy crap.
Episode VII.
No, Steven, you don't call it VII.
That's what it says.
Episode 8.
I know!
There's a reason they have the, I mean, I don't know if we've talked about this before on the Madhouse, but the reason why Star Wars does the whole episode thing is because, or episode, and then they have like episode, the reason why they have like the Roman numerals for it is because it's set in a galaxy far, far away. It's supposed to be ancient. That's the idea. And like, well, I didn't like, maybe I should talk about on the other show, I thought that, I think people don't like the idea that they resubtitled the episode.
Ooh, they have Luke's new land speeder.
They do?
It looks like it. They have like a picture of it or something.
Did you know that...
Land speeder spotted on the set of Star Wars Episode 8.
That's pretty cool. But yeah,
they showed a little bit of it. It's mostly undercover, but they have like a slight thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the gaming industry and the movie industry, like we talked about in episode 1, they make some good stuff. They do. Like,
there's also another rumor where the title is officially going to be called The Order of the Dark Side.
That was what I found out about.
Name.
It's not official. It's a second rumor title.
Which one is considered official?
Well, not official. They just have a quote official title. They have a title. They have a rumor title of Star Wars Tale of the Jedi Temple of Wars.
Oh.
Which is kind of weird, in my opinion. But yeah, like the gaming and movie industry, they make good make good franchises. And I just find it, a little, like, some of those, especially the gaming industry, I find it rushed, like Call of Duty, or, especially Assassin's Creed. With those games where they make a game a year, I find it rushed. I find it like as soon as you finish playing a game in like 6 months, they're already talking about the next game. I don't know. It's usually about like maybe 3 months after this one game comes out, they're already talking about next year's game. It's like that's a bit too rushed. I think they kind of make it rushed. They really do, and it really. I don't know how to say it, but like.
Yeah.
It's too fast.
Yeah, pretty much.
It really is. So, yeah, I can't really say much about on that other than that, but like, I think the most successful franchise of movie and gaming is Star Wars. That is the big one. Star Wars is the big one because because it's the one franchise that started really, really early and has stopped. It hasn't stopped because you got the movies, you got the TV shows, you got the games. It's the one franchise in movies that has not actually stopped. Like, they've made more. They've done things that start like if it's movies or comic books or novels or video games, anything, even like board games, but that doesn't really count. But it's like Star Wars is the biggest franchise that has made an impact on everybody because it's it's not as big as Doctor Who, but like that's the TV show. But Star Wars is the biggest franchise that has had this much success in 30 years. But the one thing, in my opinion, that I didn't like about The Force Awakens, and I think you're probably going to agree with me on this, is the very, very end of The Force Awakens when Luke just stands there saying nothing. That is the worst scene ever. Wouldn't you agree on that?
I didn't think the ending was that bad.
But the fact that he didn't say anything was it just...
I don't care. And the next one they're going to have him talk, so...
That's good. I think fans were just disappointed. It's like, they expected to see Luke at the end, you look at the movie, and then all you get is just a stare. It's like, really? Alright, well, anything else we should talk about? Or... Yeah, anything else we should touch up on, or should we end it?
Yeah, I get it.
Steven?
What?
Is there anything else we should talk about?
Not sure, actually.
Do you think we should end it here?
Sure.
Wrap up?
Alright.
Alright, well, I guess this is the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, there is one extra thing that I think we should actually end on, and that is theme songs for this podcast.
Alrighty then.
We haven't had a theme song yet, but I'd encourage you guys to give us some kind of a theme song. You don't have to, but it's appreciated to have a theme song for this podcast. Just some kind of tune you can play in the beginning that represents the podcast. You can even take audio from podcasts in the past we've done.
Okay. Wait.
What?
I found an article.
Oh, yeah?
Oh wait, never mind. It's fake, I guess.
Just assume it's fake.
I thought it was about Force Awakens, and they're talking about like concepts for Anakin's like Force Ghost.
Oh yeah, I read about that.
And they were kind of showing like concept art for that. Like there's one that kind of shows like Anakin, like half of his face is normal, and then the other half kind of resembles Vader. His like helmet. It's kind of cool.
Well, that's always been an image.
I mean, it's an interesting idea. I mean, it'd be cool to have like Kylo Ren, and then there's like Vader's Force Ghost comes in, and he's all like, "If you continue down your dark path, you shall face what I think," or something. You should kind of have like a little talk with them or something.
Yeah.
Like I think they should have a scene where like Anakin's Force Ghost like talks to Kylo Ren.
That would be pretty cool.
Like have like whoever played Anakin in a prequel, maybe, I don't know.
Hayden Christensen was,
They could have that guy, and he could be there. I'm talking to Kylo Ren in his Force Ghost form, basically about like what will happen if Kylo Ren continues down his path, and he would talk to him about how similar they actually are.
Yeah.
And then it would kind of be given a darker tone. It would just be like, ooh.
Considering that Kylo Ren is obsessed with Darth Vader, I mean, have you seen the Facebook posts? People have been posting on Facebook about like it's even cosplay or just like little like drawn anime, or not really. I wouldn't really call it anime, but like little drawn colored things featuring Kylo Ren and Darth Vader. It's like all about Darth Vader acting as though Kylo Ren is his son, which is kind of weird. I find it really weird.
And there's one picture I saw. It was like a drawing. Sorry. It was basically Anakin, like Anakin's Force Ghost, like from the 2004 Special Edition, or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was looking at Kylo Ren, who was holding Vader's helmet. I thought that was kind of cool.
There's so many Facebook posts that I've seen where it's like they take the line, "I will finish what you started," and it's not anything to do with that line in the movie. I mean, that line used in that way in the movie, but it's like it's the same line but used in different ways. But I think it was a little a little GIF where just not animated, just regular GIF of it was I think it was a cake, a half-eaten cake, and you have Kylo Ren, and then you have Darth Vader. I think maybe Darth Vader has a fork in his hand or something, and you have Kylo Ren going, "I will finish what you started."
Yeah.
Because it's a half-eaten cake. It's like, I will finish eating what you started eating. Yeah.
Yes.
Which is perfect, because that makes sense. Considering how obsessed Kylo Ren is. I mean, Kylo Ren's like the new Darth Vader of the new century, or of this modern era. It used to be Darth Vader, but now it's Kylo Ren for some reason.
Yeah, totally.
Also BB-8, but mainly Kylo Ren. Yeah.
Apparently, the Force Ghost thing I was talking about was actually an unused concept for Episode 7.
Oh yeah. Like he almost appeared in Episode 7. Yeah.
Apparently, Luke was originally a much more major character.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I just hope.
And the reason why they took him out was because apparently he was doing too much, giving too much attention to himself and taking away attention from the original characters and stuff.
I just hope that they don't fuck up the name. They don't give it a bad. I hope they don't give Episode 8 a shitty. I'm saying I hope they don't give Episode 8 a shitty title, because that's the last thing we need. And the last thing we need is them to give Episode 8 a really, really bad title. Like I don't want it to be Episode 8 Tale of the Jedi Temple, or Order of the Dark Side, or something.
Yeah.
That is the I think it was Order of the no, I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. They gotta make up a good name. If they don't, it's not gonna be worth it. I mean, no, it'll be worth it at the end. But I'm worried that they're gonna fuck up the name. I'm worried they're gonna call it Star Wars Episode 8, and then have a subtitle that's atrocious. I mean, regardless of whether they make a good name out of it, it'll still be worth the movie. It'll still be a good movie, because I mean it's Star Wars. But I mean, considering how good Episode 7 was, I'm just worried they're gonna fuck it up, because they have before. You know, well, the only subtitles that they actually made, that they actually invented that actually sound pretty lame, have been Attack of the Clones, because the clones aren't really attacking. They're fighting for the Jedi. They're not really attacking. That doesn't make any sense. That was one of the worst titled movies. I mean, the movie itself wasn't bad, but the title itself was just like, really? Attack of the Clones? They aren't attacking, though. They're fighting for the Jedi. Like, if you say Attack of the Clones, that means that the clones are attacking the Jedi, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
I'm just worried, like I said before, I'm worried that they're going to fuck up the subtitle names for Episode 8 and 9.
Yeah, I just hope they don't screw it up. That's all I'm hoping.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that they make it it sound good. I mean, I'm sure they will, but I'm worried. I read articles about it, and I'm just like, oh no, what's it gonna be this time?
Yeah, totally. I'm sure it'll be. It might be good. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure that they'll make a good, decent title, but like the ones they've come up with so far, they sound retarded. Like Star Wars Episode 8, Tale of Jedi Temple, or Star Wars Episode 8, Order of the Dark Side, or something, or Order of the Sith. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know.
Order of the Dark Side.
Yeah.
That's cooler name.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, terrible?
It does. It sounds really bad. It's like, are they trying?
Dark Side. I actually kind of like that name.
No.
It's okay.
It doesn't really go with it. They've got to make a title that actually, you know, goes with the plot. Like Force Awakens. That actually made sense, because the Force was kind of awakening, especially the line, the Force. Have you felt?
Yeah.
There has been an awakening. Have you felt it?
Have you seen the undercover boss, Kylo Ren thing?
Yeah, I have.
They actually made an action figure for that.
I think I saw it. Yeah.
Wow. They have, like, that's just funny.
I'm sorry, viewers. We like obsessing over... You found the podcast where we like obsessing over Star Wars or any particular franchise.
Oh, here's a good name. Revenge of the Badass Jedi.
Oh,
Someone
what?
actually did that.
Wait, what?
Someone made fun of the title and called it Star Wars Revenge of the Badass Jedi.
Oh, my God.
I just saw this on...
Wow.
Oh,
that is so stupid.
The Force.
So anyway, before we actually switch topics, I was talking about our theme song, our possible theme song. So I would like you listeners to, if you know about me at all, then or the podcast, to send a theme song. It could be just like singing about
stuff,
the podcast, or taking audio from it or something. I mean, I might, if we can't get anything, we might. I'm thinking we might just do our own theme song, but I'd encourage you to actually make it a theme song, make it catchy, make it fun, make it worthwhile, and then the podcast starts. But be creative. I'd say if you do make a theme song, send it to. I'll put this in the description. I'll send it to shadowwizard1553@gmail.com. That's SHADOWIZARD1553@gmail.com, and that's the email address you should send it to. And that's I'd say subject line Madhouse theme song or something. If you want to send us a theme song, you don't have to. But we'd all encourage it. We'd all appreciate it. It would make this, in my opinion, make the Madhouse a little more fun to start with.
Success. Alrighty.
So yeah, I think we should end on this note because we're at about an hour.
That should be fine.
Yeah. So thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Madhouse. We'll be back next week.
No problem.
Hopefully next week. We usually do it. I mean, honestly. It might there might be weeks for this podcast where we don't actually do a podcast. We might be so busy that we can't do it, but we are going to try to do it every Friday or maybe Saturday. So yeah, our goal, my goal, because on my channel, is to make this podcast weekly, either on every Friday and sometimes Saturday. So yeah, thank you for listening. Like I said, thank you for listening, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right.
See ya.
Have a good one.
Bye.